What it do, my fighting game crew? You have made it to episode 3 of Black History Fighters. I remember it was a faithful Friday night going into the weekend, and I was in high school. I looked around for something to rent because I just wanted to play a game over the weekend, just try something new. I noticed that the store had King of Fighters 2000. Thought to myself, you know what? I play King of Fighters off and on, and I see it at the laundromat every time. Let me go ahead and pick this up and play it. It'll be a nice little weekend fun. As I viewed the character select screen, I would notice that 2 of the characters were somewhat dark. I was looking at Kay and Seth, and I picked Kay, of course. He's so cool, but I chose Seth as well. And when I got my chance to play him, I thought to myself, man, this guy is lame. But he seemed pretty solid with the normals that he had. At the same time, this guy is lame. There's nothing in particularly cool about him. So I just ignored him. I really didn't care for the character at all. But the more I played with him, the more I realized he had some sauce, and he had moves that were particular. You know, he had juggles in a sense, and he also seemed to have some solid knockdowns and some decent anti-air specials. So I was like, let me give him a try. I still didn't like him though. And over time, I never really liked him. But he is a cool character design. So Seth has a anti-air / somewhat projectile fireball motion. And it's cool because it cancels into a lot of stuff. But he also has a slide, and he also has dive kicks that change trajectory, which was where a lot of his sauce lied in. He had a counter, which made me think of Geese Howard. I kind of like his counters as well, but I rarely use them. And then he also had a dashing kick attack that seemed really cool. It was lame too, but it seemed cool to finish off combos with something nice and strong, and something that I know that would be guaranteed in a combo. His supers were basically super versions of the moves that he had, and they weren't interesting in my opinion. So we're just going to jump ahead to King of Fighters 2002, because I played 2000, tried him out a little bit in 2001, saw there really wasn't a change, but then in 2002 they gave him extra. In 2002, that's where he had a change in his dive kicks, and he got a hyper desperation move, or like a super, almost like a level 3 from Street Fighter, whichever Street Fighters that have level 3s. So when I noticed it, I thought to myself, man, this super is super lame. But I tried it against myself. I tried it with the 2-player side active, and I noticed that it jumbled, scrambled, and messed up the controls. It makes your directions opposite, so you basically confuse your opponent, then you go in. A little bit about Seth's background. He only made appearances where Nest was a strong presence in the storyline, meaning in 2000, 2001, and then I guess he was just carried on in 2002 because Nest was over by 2001. But his story was basically he's an undercover secret agent who's collecting data and trying to stop a particular person in the tournament. He was trying to stop someone in an organization named Ron. He was basically related to the ninja Lin, and they didn't want him to get too strong, so they wanted Seth to go in and eliminate him, basically. So in 2000, they came close to getting him, but he was way too strong for them. And in all actuality, they failed, and it really surprised Seth. So he was thinking to himself, oh no, it's already too late. But in 2001, he teamed up with Iori Yagami. It really was like more of a Iori forcing him to be on a team. And in the end, they took down Nest, but he also had orders to apprehend Iori, which Iori was in the next game, so it didn't work. And then Iori is the person you don't really F with. So, I don't even know why they showed that. But his story was overall pretty lame. He's just a secret agent. A black man always got to work, so he's a black man working. And King of Fighters Maximum Impact, it was the same thing. I think he was investigating stuff about the tournament, and it was still pretty lame again. Overall, They could have developed something cooler, but it's more of a, I guess, secret agent team bonding and exploration in their story type thing. Because him, Vanessa, and Ramon always seem to have art together as the double agent type, investigative type, detective type team members, I guess. But I mean, I don't know, they could have did something way better with him, but he's just a really simple character, and they probably noticed that nobody really liked him because he was only in 2000, 2001, 2002 Maximum Impacts, and I think he was in Neo Wave, but also he was in that KOF card battle or All-Star battle game, and they just put him in there because they needed people, so that didn't even count, you know. Overall, I feel like Seth is a character of swag. They wanted somebody to dress nice and look cool, and they wanted him to be tall, dark, and handsome. So they was like, let's put Seth in here. We don't really put black people in the game, so let's throw him in here. And this was by 2000, yeah. So I mean, you know, he exists, but does he really? You know. Anyway, that's all I have. Stay tuned for the next episode of Black History Fighters to come at the end of the month. I don't know who to pick. You guys can help me out, but it's definitely going to be somebody. Peace.